Hey guys. Oh, you got it. Go ahead.
Hello, welcome back to Coffee Talk. Today we're talking about our road trip.
Road trip recap.
Okay, so this weekend we went on a road trip to Pennsylvania, and we left Friday, came back late last night. It was quite a fun trip, if I do say so myself. Had a good time, bought a lot of stuff, a lot of glass. You got some jewelry.
I got
a
some
lot of jewelry. Uncle Funky's.
Uncle Funky's was crazy.
Uncle Funky's was cool. We met Nancy there. She was really cool.
It was really cool. You know what? Recapping this road trip, I think we should start like at the beginning. First off, Kate invited us out. She said, "I want you guys to come out and hang out with me for a day."
We planned this for a while now.
It's been
months.
You've been excited about it for months.
Yeah, because we've been talking about Daryl's place for months now.
Yeah, and then so originally you and I were going to go, and then you were like, "Hey, well, let's see if Audrey wants to go." And then we're like, "Well, Silka should probably go." And
yeah.
Then I asked Joe last minute, but Joe couldn't go the last minute. We didn't say anything till Friday when we were leaving.
Yeah.
But Joe actually made it there. Let's talk about
Kind
that
of.
just for a second. What happened? How did Joe make it there?
We were in break for church, and I got a whole bunch of texts from Lucas, and he wanted to show me some of the Gallet pieces they had. So he walked around and showed me some of the Gallets, and I ended up buying 4 pieces.
That's so cool. All right, so let's.
I was scared we weren't going to get it locked down because I was texting Joe like trying to figure out prices, and he had to go back into church and left me on delivery for like 2 hours. I was like, oh my goodness, we're going to leave and Josiah's not answering, but we got it finished. Do you want to show him?
Well, why don't we start though at the beginning on the trip and kind of go in chronological order from beginning to end. So what did we do? When did we leave?
Friday at 3-ish.
Friday at 3. Okay, what happened?
Yeah. We were here working, and then we just decided to leave.
Mom got her stuff finished.
Yeah, she had to stay here, and she kept us here an extra hour doing her computer work.
Computer work, paperwork, but it was on the computer.
Yep.
But yeah, so then we took off, and what did we do?
Drove 7 hours to a hotel. Or no, 5 hours.
Before we went to the hotel though, we got food.
Oh yeah.
Remember the first night of food?
Oh,
that was good.
Sonny's was really good.
It was
We
good.
got oh gosh, I got a big old Philly cheeseburger. I wasn't committed to the Philly cheesesteak
Did you
yet.
guys ever get your soup?
No, we never did get soup. We
ordered
were talking
French onion
about
soup, never got it.
Yeah, we were talking about how we were going to rate the French onion soup, but never did get the French onion soup. So
No, that happens.
yeah, but the food there was really good.
That was good. And then, so we got to bed like about 11ish or so, 10.
Yeah, it wasn't too late. We didn't drive too far.
And we got up in the morning.
Finished the drive.
That's what, 7? Took off at 7:30.
Yeah, we left early.
7:30ish or
Up
so.
and moving by 6. Yeah.
And then the one thing that Kate said not to do.
Leave the turnpike. Don't leave the turnpike. And we left the turnpike. And then it started snowing really hard. And there was snow everywhere we couldn't see, and there was snow on the road.
We got kind of a little bit eerie there for a little bit.
Yeah. But it was really pretty.
Okay, and then we got back on the road though. We had to go around it was a massive detour. All lanes were closed, so we had to go around. So it took a little bit longer to get there, but once we got there, where did we go? The first stop.
Oh, well, we went
Uncle
to Mad
Funky's.
Hatters.
Well, we
went to the
did,
Mad
but we were only in Mad
Hatters.
Hatters for 20 seconds.
We walked in, saw a huge shelf of Balik, and turned around.
It wasn't on purpose though. Kate had
We
sent a
went to the wrong
message
place.
and said we were going to meet at Mad Hatters, and she sent a text. I didn't read it until I literally pulled my phone out to call her, and I was like, oh, it says to go somewhere different.
Uncle Funky's.
Go to Uncle Funky's. So we had to figure out where Uncle Funky's was.
Yeah, we found it. It was cool. Nancy was really cool.
So when you walked in Uncle Funky's, what was your first impression?
Kate.
Kate? What do you mean?
It just if Kate had a shop, that's what it would be like.
If Kate had a shop, that's what it'd be like.
Kate, yeah, that was definitely her place.
What about you, Audrey? What'd you think of it? Uncle Funky's.
I didn't know what to look at.
You looked
There's
at all the
so many
clothes.
things I did.
She bought a crew neck from there.
You bought a crew neck and a ring,
Sweater.
right? A ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got overwhelmed. There was too much to look at.
I didn't know what to look at. There's just so much in there.
I thought there was a lot there. I tried to buy it all.
Tried. Hey, you did pretty good. Got a decent amount out.
We did a lot of jewelry. So what was really cool is like Nancy was really into work with me, and she was like selling me some stuff, and then I started buying more, and then she'd sell me more, and then before we know it, we sat down for like an hour straight of just nothing but buying trays of jewelry at a
Going
time,
tray by tray.
tray by tray for
It
an
was
hour.
fun though.
It was
fun.
cool, yeah. It was very interesting.
That's the first time you've seen a buying trip.
Mhm.
Well, what's your impressions about a buying trip? From your perspective, that first time experience of watching that, being a part of that.
It was different. Very different.
Tell her she was missing lunches.
Yeah, it was.
Well, when
we
you
would
get
eat lunch at like 3 o'clock.
when you get buying, I normally never stop. Like when we get going, I just keep moving.
Well, while he was buying, I just kept looking and wanted more things. So
Not
it
good.
wasn't good.
So, but okay, so Nancy was awesome. We spent quite a long time there. Probably what, 4 hours there?
It was a
I
while,
would say
yeah.
so. It was a long
At least
time.
4.
4 hours. It was a shop. I mean, the shop's not a huge shop, and we
No,
spent
it's
4
tiny.
hours there. That was
Yeah.
how much stuff she has in there.
It was really cool.
But then we
Walked across the
left
street.
and went to, where did we go? You remember?
We went to the kitchen.
To Tommy's at the Vintage Kitchen, right?
The vintage kitchen, yep. The glass
Crazy.
display in the front was insane.
It was crazy.
All the swung vases and the sorted by color reminds me of one of our dealers here at the Heart, but it was like 100 times more.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty cool. Joe, I think you'd have liked I think you would have really appreciated how they had the big swung vases, like by color and by size. It kind of reminds you of David's here in the mall, how he does his stuff, but only it was like with less other stuff. It was just like
Just the swung.
just orange swungs, nothing else around
And
it.
he'd have 20 orange swungs and 20 blue ones and 20.
And then it's
green.
the same with the Pyrex. Like every
Yep.
pattern, this pattern with this color was here, and it was all there. Nothing else was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next shelf over was another thing, and it was all. So it was like very
Pretty.
Organized.
organized, right? Like what is that called when you're hyper organized?
OCD.
OCD. It was almost that way in the front, but it was like perfect for that.
Yep.
Right.
And it looked incredible.
It looks insane.
The most impressed thing I was, this is going to sound crazy to everybody, but to me what impressed me the most was he even had the Tupperware the same way. Like unusual colors, unusual pieces, organized and stacked. And Tupperware still blows my mind because when I was your age, nobody would buy Tupperware, and it was always the thing. If Tupperware ever becomes sellable, I'm getting out of the business, is what people would always say.
Well,
And I say that all the time now. Well, Tupperware's selling, so are you still in the business? You know, it's kind of an odd thing. But anyway, what else about that store? What'd you think?
I feel like it kept going.
it did keep
just-
going.
It did, didn't it? There was like another room,
So
another
much
room.
glass, like,
And then you discover like a fencing area, and then there was like oh gosh, what other? There was like an art glass area, and then
that was an owl.
like pottery.
area.
Yeah, there's a whole owl and dog cat shelf. And
That was fun.
then we found a mushroom that was really cool.
So something I tried to challenge you with, Luke, as when we approach a store like that. What do you remember how I said to look for? If you're going there to buy and resell, what do you do?
Look in the back corner and the stuff that they're not experts in. So don't try and buy the glass in the front because they obviously know what they're like. They know everything about that. Go to the back and look for something they might not have known and put it out.
Or maybe not known or don't rate as much. And they don't care if they sell it for a lower price because it's not what they really want. And so when we went to the first store, the big glass in the front, I mean, we could have bought a piece or two, but it was kind of like retail prices. And he gave us great discounts. Let me just say right now, like that was so awesome. But I challenged Lucas. I said, in Europe, what I would always do is walk in a shop, and what they have in that front window is what they really like. So go look for what they don't have in the front window in the store, and you can probably buy it. At least start to buy it, and we did.
Yeah.
So what did we find?
Oh gosh. We found some vintage cans, some advertising cans.
Yeah.
Like a bucket, and then we found a harmonica set.
Was that? Oh, that was his store, wasn't it?
Yeah,
a
we
whole
found a
bunch of
harmonica
harmonicas.
set.
I was playing them.
Yeah, she was. What else did we find in that store? We found some glazed pottery, vases that we're probably going to put on the whatnot. Ooh, I don't know. What else did
That
we get?
glass
We got the coverlet,
The glass
the
mushroom.
really cool art glass mushroom,
Coverlet, yeah.
An owl.
couple
And now
owls.
we got a license plate that says Pennsylvania.
That was a souvenir.
Yep.
We're gonna hang that up in here somewhere.
What else did we get?
I don't know. It was close to that. We had a pretty good sized pile.
Yeah, we did.
And we haven't unwrapped it, so I don't recall every piece right now. But okay, so that was incredible, though, right? It was so awesome to meet Tommy, and the Vintage Kitchen was just incredible.
Yeah, very pretty.
and then like that was the end of the day, right?
End of that day.
To lunch.
That was-
We went to lunch finally.
At like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
3:30 when we got to lunch.
Yeah.
And we ate breakfast for dinner. We ate breakfast for lunch, dinner.
And then after, but that we sat there at the restaurant for what, 2 hours?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Okay, and then so we go to the restaurant and we go to the hotel. Next day, okay, day 2 on our shopping trip. What happened?
Straight to Daryl's. Straight to Renninger's and
Renninger's.
bought some art glass.
Okay, so this is so you walked in, and when we were walking in through there. One of the first booths we went to wasn't Daryl, but it was the other gentleman.
Yep, it was Armbrusters. Anyway, no, I can't remember his name, but he has some pretty stunning stuff too.
Incredible.
Armbruster.
Armbruster.
Yep.
It was really cool. Armbruster's booth was really cool. But when we walked in there, it was like, I wish Joe was here. It's the first thing that we both were like, Joe needs to be
Especially
here.
with all the cameo glass they had. Like, he had a lot of cameo, French cameo, a lot of Gallet, all sorted in the one showcase. And I was like, oh, Joe would like that showcase.
Okay, so and then what happened? Like I would love for you to introduce like how you decided to call Joe. Like how did that whole part happen there?
Oh, well, eventually I was just like, oh, I need to show Joe some of this stuff. So I started I went to Daryl's and I called Joe and I like walked around and showed him a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, this is all Imperial, this is all like Tiffany, and this is all this and that. And then I was like, oh, you gotta go look at these Gallets in this other booth. And so I went and showed him a couple of Gallet pieces. It's like, oh wow, yeah, I like those a lot. I'd probably buy them.
All right, well let's get Joe's Gallet down. Let Joe talk about what he got there.
These are the two I showed him first.
All right, so Joe, you got explain from your perspective now what actually happened here.
I don't know. He sent me a video of these two small purple Gallet vases, and
Here, show. All right, hold them up to that camera where they can really see them. Those are really cool.
he sent me a video, and then he said the dealer is willing to give you a deal on these, and so I ended up getting a good price and ended up buying these two, and then probably I don't know, maybe 30 minutes later,
So you bought those two first?
I bought those two.
I didn't know
first.
any of this was even going on. I was
Yeah.
like
You
ankle
were
deep in
lost.
jewelry. I was buying all kind of stuff.
I bought those two first, and then he texted me like another 30 minutes, but I didn't have my phone on me. So he was blowing my phone up for these two pieces. This one's pretty cool.
Wow, that's got great color. And
Yeah,
look at the
that's
size.
huge.
That's huge.
He called me about these two pieces, and then
This is when he wasn't answering.
yeah, he got a deal put together for me there, and then so I bought these two, so I got a total of 4 pieces over the phone.
That's so cool.
Didn't even show up.
Friends hanging out on the phone, right? You can't. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with these for? What are you thinking?
I'm probably gonna price them out and put them in my case.
In your
Just put-
case here at the heart?
Get some quality up in there.
Nice. I like that
Yeah.
idea. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, so let's talk about Daryl's, Lucas, and what you had something in mind before we left to go on this trip. You told me you had one thing that you wanted to buy this trip.
Yes, and I found it. It was a plum-colored Steuben acid etched bowl, which is
In what pattern?
Canton.
In Canton.
This,
pattern,
I didn't
right?
know the specific name, but yes, it was this pattern. So let me pull it out.
All right, so this is what Lucas found.
Not at Daryl's though.
No, this one
This
was
was Arm Blaster.
yeah.
Yeah. This is the piece right here.
You gotta get really close so you can show them that detail.
Yeah. Okay. I found this online approximately 3 or 4 months ago, and my dad had sold it a long time ago, and probably not this piece specifically, but this pattern and this company and this color. And I was like, well, if we go to Daryl's, this is the one piece I really hope he has. And well, Daryl didn't actually have it, but Arm Blaster did. But I saw this and I was like, yes, I'm taking that home with
That's
me.
gotta go home with.
Yeah.
But that was your whole goal of the whole trip, though, was to find that piece.
This specific piece, yes.
And then you found it.
Yes, I did.
What I really think is cool is he's been going through our old burners.com catalogs on Invaluable and just looking at prices, and he started looking up some of the stuff we sold, and he found that vase, and he's like, oh my gosh, Dad, how do we?
It was probably 4 months ago now, and I've been looking for one ever since.
Yeah, and so now he's found it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we were shocked. I think the best piece in the entire Renninger's market, Lucas bought. I'm gonna brag him up here because this was I was blown away that first he recognized it, and then second he was like, yeah, I got to take it home with me. Like that, he just stepped up his collection to an entirely new level. Okay, Luke, I introduced it. So You got to go from here. What do you got?
Okay, this is a Durand Moorish crackle glass vase. Let me get close again and show you guys. Which you guys probably saw this on the video from over the weekend, but this is a very rare pattern, and this color you can, it's pretty much impossible to find, as well as how this Moorish doesn't have, most Moorish is kind of just random. This has these lines through it, and also there is no damage on it, which is also very rare for this piece and pattern. And then you can't even find this color anywhere, but look at the amber from the inside too. Very pretty.
So this morning, Lucas, you were like, okay, let's see if we overpaid or not.
I didn't.
What'd you find in comparables? And talk about that for a second.
So first off, I couldn't find this color at all. I've looked online for probably 30, 45 minutes just looking for this specific piece. Could not find it anywhere. But the Moorish crackle, like this design, and the knot lines, and also not this color or shape or size, I found sold for around $4,000 online.
It was a smaller one.
Yep.
That wasn't near
It was
as quality.
Smaller, about that big. So it made me feel better about this piece.
Yeah, I mean that's an exceptional piece.
Yeah.
And you found a bunch of other ones that were nowhere near that were all selling in multiple thousands. Yeah. So he's feeling pretty confident in that he actually got like a really rare piece. And I told him when I seen it, like, what did I tell you?
You said you probably will buy it.
I said either I'm going to buy that or you're going to buy that, but that's got to go back with us to Ohio. That's the best piece in the entire show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, but one of us got to get it. And then Lucas, he actually circled it like 10 times, and then he was like, "Dad, I'm taking that one." I was like, "That's fine, bud. Go ahead.
Yep.
You know, you got your whole life to collect. That's awesome." Okay, so Audrey, though, you found something.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you bought. 2 pieces.
She doesn't have them here.
No, I don't.
You remember what they're called?
No.
She had a Terry Kreider.
What was it though?
A paperweight.
A paperweight. Like, describe it. Like what the colors
It was
were.
like blue and white dot, kind of, and then like a little snake on it. What was the snake color?
Purple iridescent.
So blue and white dotted paperweight with a purple iridescent snake, and it was a Terry Kreider.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then that's like you were excited when you found that.
Yeah, when I found it, I like picked it up and already took it out.
So how did you know? Yeah, I got to buy this. Like, what was the thing?
The colors.
The colors, they just spoke to you, huh?
Yeah.
I always feel like when I'm buying something, if I ever want to keep it, and I had a longtime friend in this business forever told me this, it's like almost it like speaks to your soul. It's like, oh, that's, you just feel like really, it's like, okay, that I should buy that. Like I feel like that needs to go with me, and you'll know. And then Kate gave us a little trick too. She said, walk away, and then 3 or 4 or 5 minutes from now, if you can't help it but coming back again, you probably should buy it. So that was another good tip. Okay, that was cool.
Second piece too.
Oh yeah.
What was the second piece?
I got another paperweight.
Another
It was
piece?
blue.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't? It was
I
small.
don't think.
It was Wheaton Village.
Oh, you were asking me about Wheaton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't realize you bought a paperweight. I was busy. Like,
Well, you guys were gone, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this.
I'm gonna buy that one. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
I
I
love
think
it.
you guys were at jewelry.
Okay. We ended up finding a lot of jewelry on the whole market. Like, I couldn't stop buying it. It was so much fun. It's going to be on burners.com and our whatnot both. And then we left there around what time? We only got to Renegers too. Like, we spent all day there until we ate.
9 to 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we only made one circle.
One circle around the place.
We actually we made one lap and we bought for about 5 hours. But it took us like 2 hours in Daryl's booth just because there was so much glass to look
A
at.
ton to look at.
And it was incredible to listen to him tell and teach, and we're just learning.
He was so smart.
And he was a retired principal.
Retired principal.
That's so cool. Yeah. Then okay, so we left out of there, and then what did we do on the way home? The big purchase on the way home.
Oh
Oh,
gosh,
yeah, I
we stopped.
forgot.
We
You
stopped.
forgot about that already.
We stopped at one of your dealers.
One of my
places,
friends that I
one
get a
your
lot of stuff
friends,
from.
Yep. And we bought a massive group of lumber, huge group of lumber.
Massive lumber collection. Show them the one piece that we both think is an incredible finish
Where
on it.
is it?
That little guy right
Oh, there it is. Right in front of me. Here you are. Or I'll show you.
Yeah, go
guys.
ahead, show them.
So this is lumber, but the colors
The colors on this
piece
thing
is
is
crazy.
phenomenal.
we all three had a consensus. Me, my dad, and our friend all agreed that this piece was our favorite in the whole group, and that if we could keep one, it'd be this. But the color on this is just so cool.
And so we bought a Lundberg collection. My friend had found it, and we got it bought off of him. And you got to show him that jack, Luke. That is the most incredible Lundberg jack I've ever seen.
It's huge.
It's huge.
This one?
Yeah. I mean, this thing is monumental. I don't know, Joe. What do you think about the Lundberg? You just now looking at it, aren't you? You didn't see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. There's not really very many Lundberg pieces that I don't like.
It's like you like it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Lundberg for me is like the modern day Tiffany. You know, that's why I'm so drawn to it. So that was really cool. And so last night we got back here at what, 10:30 and unloaded, or 10, 11?
It was like 11 something.
11 something. Okay, we were tired. They kept yelling at me. You gotta quit going to the bathroom so much, Dad. I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah, keep stopping.
Yeah, stop again. But we got back here about 11:30 on a 2-day trip. It was a really fun trip. Lots and lots of action the whole time. Actually, we thought about trying to play a game of cards or something in the evening, and we were wiped out.
Yeah.
We were tired.
Couldn't do anything. After we ate, it was like crash and go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we all made the consensus too. If we do this again, that Dakota and Joe gotta go.
Yep. Joe's going to buy.
Joe's gonna go
glass.
crazy when he gets there and buys some glass next
I'll
trip.
probably spend some money.
Well, that was a wrap up. That was our 2-day road trip coffee talk today.
2-day road trip. 2.5 days.
2.5 day. What did you think, Joe, of Lucas's purchases?
I think they're pretty good. I think he did pretty good on them.
Yeah,
I really like that bowl.
do you like the bowl?
The bowl is pretty
What would
cool.
you pick, the bowl or the
bowl.
The bowl.
The bowl.
Yeah, you're drawn into that cameo though, aren't you?
I love the cameo and just the carving on it is really cool.
I love the color on there.
Yeah,
The color is pretty cool too. But
Well-
I picked the bowl.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a great buying trip. I got some really cool stuff, but Lucas, he came home with the winner, like the home run.
You got some pretty cool stuff too.
I'm happy with what I got. I got a lot of stuff, but you got like the gem. You know, if you're gonna go and buy 1 or 2 items, he picked up the right 2. And then to be able to get Joe some Gallet, I mean, how awesome is that? Audrey is starting to collect. She bought 2
Hey,
paperweights.
she has 3 pieces now.
So you got 3. Now you're a collector.
Now you're a
Yep.
collector.
Welcome. Well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. This is our road trip roundup,
Road trip
coffee talk.
roundup.
And Josh and Jimmy were both out today, and we thought, well, let's do a roundup. Josh is he's actually in Southern Ohio, and then Jimmy is coaching basketball this morning. So
What? Really?
yeah. Oh, don't forget, if you are interested in getting a ticket for the after hours event here at the Heart of Ohio Antique Center, there's a couple left. You need to go ahead and call 937-324-2188. Ask for Janet. What this is we are going to close December 6th when the Antique Center closes. That's 6 p.m. We are actually going to have an after-hours shopping event / Christmas celebration. Burner Brother Antiques, Follow That Bug. Janet's going to be here. A bunch of us are going to be here, and we're just going to hang out. We'll do open conversation about buying, selling, any trades of the secret we can share. Just hang out and have a great time. But also, the Antique Center will be fully open for only the people that have a ticket. There's limited amount of tickets. There's no more than 50 being sold. And if you'd like to be a part of that, you can get on our website at heartofohioantiques.com or call 937-324-2188 and get a ticket. The tickets are $100, and I'm telling you, it's going to be well worth it. You're going to get dinner, a gift bag. The gift bag has got something special from Burner Brother Antiques in the gift bags. You're all going to like. Janet's wrapping them up for us, and there's other stuff in there. You have dinner included. There'll be some drinks and just fun all evening, and shopping with a massive discount. You'll get 15% off of anything in the Antique Center. That's $40 and higher, and 10% under $40 on a discount. So come join us if you'd like. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, right?
Yep. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and have a good day.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. So my dad wanted me to go ahead and show you guys all the vases and pieces we got from this weekend, which, starting with the Lundberg, just some killer pieces. I love that one in the back. The design on that is super cool. And then the massive jack. Look at that. Kind of like a spider web on top. And then over here we got more pieces from this weekend, Joe's Gallet, and this is actually something we have already. So this is not from this weekend, that's from an earlier group. And this piece right here, I don't even think we pointed it out on the whatnot, or on the YouTube just a second ago. This is a cranberry color, which is super rare and super pretty too. The color on that is amazing. Go ahead and put that back. And then here is a Salzar vase. This is a Daniel Salzar. And it's stunning too. I love the opaqueness of the glass and the flowers on the side. His flowers are something else. More Lumberg, some really pretty stuff. There's the piece we all really like. Another Salzar paperweight. A little vase right there. Audrey really likes this one. She said it's very pretty. And then we got 3 Salzar paperweights, and the flower on this is just crazy. It's like there's a real flower in there. Go over further, another the 3 Salzars, and then another vase. Then down here, one more Lumberg, and Joe's 3 cameos. The orange one is so pretty. Great colors. And then we got my 2 pieces, which we showed you earlier. There's some more of the work on that. I love that piece. And then this is just crazy. Over here we have some of my dad's picks, which was this Lotes Rose Bowl kind of. It's Rose Bowl maybe, but more of a vase, freeform. I'm not sure what you call it, but super pretty. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of Tiffany. And just the work on it. Of course, it's Tiffany, super pretty. All the gold, Freville, super cool. And over here is this like lacquer, some boxes. He was excited about these pickups over here, jade pieces, and then this paperweight. He got that from Daryl as well. Another jade, a couple of Van Briegels, and then up here, this is pretty cool. We bought this one from Daryl, and then this one from Arm Blast. Another guy that was there, but they're actually a sister set, but one of them was made for personal use, and then one of them was made for Moser, I believe. And so this one has much more details than that one, but either way, it's just a cool story how we have both of them. And then my dad found this Fenton lamp at the kitchen place, Vintage Kitchen, and he was like, I have a match to that at home, which is not a perfect match, but it looks really great, and they're both Fenton pieces. Then there's one of those pottery pieces I was telling you about earlier, and then this is a Zorro dog. Is that how you say Zorro? Zolnay dog.
Zolnay, that's Heron.
Heron Zolnay?
Not Heron, I'm sorry. It's Zolnay. It's Hungarian.
Hungarian Zolnay dog.
Yeah.
Super cool.
For it. It's pretty cool.
He's probably going to put it on the Cats and Dogs show. But if you look up top, this might be one of the highlights of, or maybe the highlight of the trip too. I don't know.
It's pretty cool.
Co-highlight. This is a Tiffany ginormous bud vase with a bronze vase down there, and then you have a Quoizel. I don't know what this pattern is, but it's tons of swirls. It looks like Jupiter. Massive Quoizel. Yeah, it's like 13 inches probably. And then the biggest piece of Lotes I've seen. Huge. It just keeps going. This is like an umbrella vase almost. But that's the, what you got?
Did you tell him about this?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that was funny, wasn't it?
You saw that and was like, I got the match at home.
I said, I got a base we can put it, and it's both Fenton. So.
Yeah. So those are the pickups.